All right, what's up, everybody? We are on season 1, episode 23 of Vinland Saga, which is called Miscalculation. I don't know if I'm ready, man. That's the thing. It's like the realization is really kicking in right now that I'm gearing up here to be watching the last two episodes myself of the first season, of course. Thankfully, there will be season 2 coming up, so I know I don't need to be too sad about it because we're going to be watching more Vinland Saga very soon again. Um, and I'm definitely excited for it, but I don't know, dude. It's like the last two episodes. Also, they were just so absolutely phenomenal. First, there was that episode where we kind of saw Askeladd starting to tease his plan, right? The chess game that he was playing, where we got one plot twist after the next. With that assassin, I guess, shooting Canute at first there, right? And then it turned out that it was all staged. Then they were talking about Gunnar, right? Ragnar's brother, who is most likely going to be betraying them. And that's kind of what Askeladd wanted in the first place. Again, he was sort of teasing like this whole plan that he had in mind. He wanted the king, Sweyn, to suspect that they were playing a long game here, that they were playing it slowly, if that makes sense. And yeah, therefore, wouldn't see coming whatever is going to be happening to him, right? Which I would assume is sort of like an assassination that they have planned for him. Now, which I think they did actually specifically already mention a couple episodes back, but then there was that, and this is a thing that Vinland Saga keeps doing every single time. It's like, okay, the board is set. The pieces are moving. It's like, okay, where do we go from here? We're about to see it unravel, I guess, right? And then nope, you kind of get this like pause in between, and they just, like I'm reminded of that episode that we had not even too long ago, where Canute suddenly got that how should I put this? The life lessons, I guess, that he needed for him to take a turn for the better, right? It's like that episode sort of came out of nowhere, and it took a hold real quick from like the actual development happening. Well, I mean, it was still necessary, of course, but like for the main story to start developing and to see what the sides were going to be that I speculated about then. And it's like here we get that same thing now with the last episode where we see the duel play out between Askeladd and Thorfinn, right? And Askeladd starts revealing his backstory, which I was so fascinated to learn more about, and what that whole situation was like with his dad, who he ended up killing actually, and his brothers. But mainly, of course, his mom, who was sort of being abused, and the way he was taken in by his dad, then, right? But still ended up surprising him because his dad didn't see it coming at all, and he killed him in his sleep. Anyway, it's like that story alongside with the fact that we see Thorfinn duel Askeladd, like I mentioned, and then Askeladd basically telling Thorfinn, "Look at you, dude." It was like a huge reality check, right? You haven't undergone any character development in this whole first season whatsoever. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's kind of like the message that it started bringing across, not only to Thorfinn, but sort of to me as well. Like, I started realizing in that moment, oh yeah, Thorfinn is the only character here. If you look at Askeladd and you look at Canute, right, and you see what they've gone through, and it's like Thorfinn is still at that exact same place that he used to be. It's the same thing, of course, that we saw Leif being a bit shocked by, I guess, and saddened too, right? To see Thorfinn be like that and not care even for his mom, who we learned is supposed to be, not doing too well, I guess, right now. And I can definitely see why, because, I mentioned it already, but she didn't just lose Thors, her husband, she lost Thorfinn in the process too. He's gone. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Those last two episodes, they've been something else entirely, if you'd ask me. I absolutely love them, and yeah, again, it's sort of like, I now have to. I just don't feel ready, like I said. I don't feel ready to dive into these last two episodes. The first one now is called Miscalculation, and so clearly that's hinting at the plan that Askeladd had for King Sweyn and stuff, right? So I guess there's something that he hadn't perhaps considered, judging by that title. Maybe it is that Gunnar turns out not to be a spy, and so, like he probably is, in all fairness. But if he isn't, I don't know how that could necessarily affect it too much. I mean, it could affect the story in the way that King Sweyn would be more eager to make a move immediately. And that's something that they don't see coming, because they didn't want King Sweyn really to make a move. That's the thing, he's been preparing this dinner and stuff that they're supposed to have now, right? So what's going to be happening there? I imagine, again, I already said it in one of the previous intros, I think, but it already gave me sort of those visions of like scenes I've seen in Game of Thrones, for example, where things used to go wrong at those kinds of scenes. So that's sort of what I'm dreading for right now. But all in all, guys, I'm super excited to dive into this next episode, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Of course, if you enjoy my reactions to Vinland Saga, then you can already watch my reaction to the last episode right now over my Patreon. That is linked on top of the description, of course, along with full-length reactions if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. You can also, of course, watch the whole back catalog still if you want to, because I've done full-length reactions for the entire show, which you can check out over there. So, yeah, with that being said, we're going to dive into episode 23 of Vinland Saga. Here we go. Day of the Royal Council meeting. Oh, I was going to say, yeah, who else than Thorfinn being injured now would make his way through the mud like that? Oh, I feel so bad for him though. Oh, they're still talking about that, yeah. They're like arguing over which side to pick, right? Yeah, just thinking about their own survival, of course. I don't know though, but King Swain always gives major depression vibes. I don't like the silence though, it's building up so much tension. Yeah, that's one thing that I discussed, but Thorfinn really has no role in this whole plan or something, right? Like, what is he still doing it for anymore? He's never killing Askeladd at this point. What, he's gonna get visions of Askeladd for eternity now? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that confrontation is gonna haunt him for a long time to come, though. It was sort of the inevitable reality check. It was just a random stranger. Well, at least somebody was actually walking there, you know? Could have been worse. What the fuck? Dude, he has no more will to live. Okay. At least he won't allow that to happen. They're locking him up? Okay. So that could somehow play in with it? Is that the miscalculation? I don't know what implications this will have, but I guess we'll find out.
我が元へと帰り来た。妨害の喜びである。よくぞ戻ったな、クヌート。
Wow, that is the most sincere looking fake smile I've ever seen. Yeah, those eyes tell a whole different story though.
そなたには神領よりマーシアの統治を任せる。マーシア、イングランドで最も豊かな土地を。噂はやはり噂に過ぎませんか。いや、わからぬぞ。真実であればこそ、ああいう
You can't get that idea out of their head anymore. But that's what King Swain is trying, I assume. Okay. Figured. Okay, but what's the miscalculation? Because that's what I'm just thinking about now.
あんたには悪いが今後は損くじ引いてもらうぜ。この喧嘩を仕切るのは俺だ。しかしだ諸君。
Here we go.
この地には未だ王に対する恐れを知らぬ無礼な者どもがおる。そこに神領を脅かす目が育っておるなら、まず全力をもって摘み取らねばならぬ。ウェールズ、かの地の者どもに真の王者の力がどれほどであるかを知らしめるのだ。来たる春より進撃する。心得よ、諸君。
Askeladd won't be liking that.
おきら面会だ。
クヌートの手下か。追い返せ。はあ、殿下のご使者のわけなかろう。ただの船乗りで。
Oh, it's Leif. Damn, he's coming to get him out.
Thorfinn.
Damn, maybe he might actually go with him. Because what else will Thorfinn do? He's literally lost.
11年か。どれほど辛い思いをしてきたか。お前の言う通り、わしにはわからん。
Man, I'm used to seeing Leif so much happier too in those early episodes. He was a joker. Yep.
だが今でも昨日のように思い出すんじゃよ。うまそうな鍋の匂い。トールズ、ヘルガ、ユルバ、幼いお前の笑顔をな。
It's so fucking sad, dude, because it's just like, yeah, but those days are never coming back, so...
昔、ブラッタリーの沖で流氷に閉じ込められた話はしたな。
Is that where his men had to eat all the ice and stuff? Is that what he talked about?
食べ物はなくなり、船も潰れた。それでも、わしはずっと氷の上を歩き続けた。なぜだかわかるか。どれほどすさんだ海であろうと、どれほど凍えた海だろうと、船乗りは海と戦っとるんだ。戦士と同じように。己の誇りをかけてな。
A true seaman.
トールズが死んだ時、お前がいなくなった時、わしは誇りにかけて誓った。
Yep, this is what he was looking out for all this time.
これはお前のために言うんじゃない。わしのためだ。
What, that he's getting him out of here?
お前を故郷のアイスランドへ連れて帰る。それがトールズに対するわしのけじめだ。
I mean, Thorfinn still will need to be willing to go with him, though.
そ知らぬ風に見えるがな。 先ほど一瞬のことです。
Oh.
顔色を変えました。
Okay, okay, okay. They were at least anticipating his reaction.
つながる何かがあるやもしれません。ご留意くださいませ。
Damn, so they... Okay, okay, okay. Well, but it should be obvious actually that they know about him.
みっともねえ。豊穣の神に感謝の気持ちを表明してんだ。それ以上でかくなるつもりかよ。まったく。くそ。なんなんだ。どういうことだ、スベンおめえ。
Oh, he really didn't see it coming though.
ウェールズのつながりを知ってる？
Yeah. How did they know?
俺への嫌がらせのためだけに全軍を動員するなんてことはありえねえ。なら、やっぱり偶然か。いや、そんなことはどうでもいい。
It's not a coincidence though.
春にはウェールズが火の海になっちまってことだ。
Are they now like forcing him to act fast perhaps, or...
時間はね。
Yeah.
春先までに何ができる？王子を立てて反旗を翻す。まだまだ戦力差がありすぎる。将軍たちを引き込むのも根回しの時間が。
Oh, you're gonna love this shot. That brain is working over hours right now.
ダメだ。結局はウェールズが主戦場になる。戦う方向で考えるな。
Wow, that's actually a great sort of representation of well, I think we all have those kinds of moments sometimes.
遥かな西、海の向こう。
There goes Finland again.
果実が実り。
Is he gonna try and make that their common goal or something, or...?
国に戻って少し落ち着いたら一緒に彼の地を目指そう。奴隷や戦もない、誰もが平和に暮らせる豊かで温かな地。
I mean, yeah, that's what I was waiting for all along. When is Finland gonna come into play, you know?
フィンランドなら、フィンランドならきっと。
Well, at least it got him to, you know, get up. I guess that's a good thing.
お前、俺に追われてあそこに逃げ込んだじゃんよ。なんでウェールズ人たちがデンジンのお前に味方したんだ。あの地は俺の故郷、おふくろの愛した国だ。
I'm surprised he's willing to share that, even with Thorkel.
そうか。この話は誰にも言うんじゃねえぞ。わかってるよ。
Yeah, it's not like I don't think you know, I think he can trust him, don't get me wrong, but still. Oh god, here we go. What are they gonna give him?
俺ってやつはどうしてこう土壇場の月がないのかね。
Why? What does he think is happening? Oh no, man, one more. Calm before the storm, man. That is definitely what I think, you know, the message was, at least, that this episode was giving across to me. I can't wait to dive into the last one, but I definitely do start to wonder about, okay, so this is the thing. Askeladd, of course, faced a huge surprise. Everything seemed to be going according to plan, and that's the thing. Askeladd had definitely appeared to be fully in control these last couple of episodes, so even I wasn't really expecting much to go wrong, if that makes sense. However, King Swain starts talking about, like, invading Wales then later on, right? In the spring or something. And basically giving them the justice that they deserve, I guess, right? But that was a direct... And this is the thing, Askeladd couldn't even be sure from his position if King Swain had said that on purpose, and if he knew Askeladd's ties to Wales. But clearly he did. The king did. But how? Because Askeladd even mentions it himself, that he never told Floki about this. There should be no reason for the king to know about any of this. And so then I automatically yeah, as much as I do think, once again, and I said it during the episode, that like Thorkel probably can be trusted. I mean, Thorkel was literally fighting against the king all this time. Um, Again, he had sort of separated himself, right? So, but the only person that I can think of that could have perhaps revealed this is then Thorkel. Like maybe Thorkel was the well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was the person who was going to betray him all along or something, right? Because again, Askeladd is just thinking about Gunnar mainly, like, oh yeah, Gunnar is, he's betraying us. He knows all this information and stuff. He clearly was fully trusting Thorkel all this time. And again, I don't know if there's any I can't say for sure that like, oh yeah, it must be Thorkel or something. He can't be trusted because there's no reason really for me to believe that. But I do remember Askeladd sent Thorkel out himself to start talking with all these factions or something, right? That's what it was. And so Thorkel had been kind of out of the picture for a little bit. But what incentive would he have to betray Askeladd is the question that you then ask yourself, right? Again, he is the only character I can think of, and it's interesting because at the end they even have that conversation where Thorkel asks him, like, well, Thorkel had figured that he had these ties to Wales and stuff, right? And he even literally questions him about it in a moment. That's kind of a giveaway too, that like, oh shit, so maybe he did basically, I mean, he did at least know in his head already that Askeladd must have had these ties to it. So that could be a reason why he was then also the one who told the king about it and stuff, right? Yeah, I don't know. That's what I guess I'm going to find out in the last episode. I don't know who else it could be, like I said. At the same time, we obviously still are dealing with Thorfinn, who, isn't seeing a whole lot of... well, it's still very much sort of the aftermath of that last episode where he's completely done and basically the most depressed he's ever been, just like how he essentially started the show. Yeah, and he got himself locked up there, ended up being in that conversation with Leif, who seems to be convincing him that like this Vinland objective might definitely be something that they will want to go for ultimately, right? That's where Thors wanted to go, and bringing up Thors is always, I think, the best way to get Thorfinn, at least to get a reaction out of Thorfinn, whether it's in a good or a bad way sometimes, right? Because we've clearly seen it also with Askeladd plenty of times in season 1, where every time he brings up Thors, that gets Thorfinn very mad. But in Leif's case, again, he was obviously Thors' friend. So, yeah, I guess Vinland, I mean, again, it's sort of the inevitable thing I've been waiting for all this time. When are we going to Vinland? When is that going to be our main objective or something, right? Because what is that? I'd always assumed that was the main objective that the show would be about, getting to Vinland, which is why it's called Vinland Saga. So yeah, guys, that's I think that's really all that I can say right now. I'm super eager to dive into the last one, and that's what I myself will be doing right now, so I already can't wait. But of course, if you enjoy my reactions to Vinland Saga here, you can watch that last episode with me right now over on my Patreon. That is linked on top of the description, of course. Over there, we will have the reaction of the last episode up there, along with, of course, full-length reactions if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. Yeah, guys, and then for now, I look forward very much to seeing you back in the last episode of Season 1.